Chapter 22. Not exactly a whale of a time. An unknown ocean. In the murk of the deep depths of a vast ocean, Jameson floats, motionless. He is alive. His eyes are wide open, but the salt does not sting. Seemingly, there is no need to breathe either. There are no sharks. He is not eaten. He is alone. He just drifts in the powerful undercurrents. It is peaceful, calming.
But wait!
A dark shape in the distance. Something approaching. Something large.
Oh no! A monster! It's huge! Heading straight for me! But wait!
It is elegant, graceful. It is a humpback whale. The whale swims to him and slows its approach. It slowly glides next to him. Jameson is a couple of feet away from its head. The whale's wise and soulful eye watches him curious, and Jameson peers into it. The whale sings its hauntingly beautiful song, as if talking to Jameson, and he understands.
Fear me,
the whale says. Jameson does not feel threatened. He trusts the whale implicitly, as if he has known the beast for a long time, like they met in his childhood. He swims above the whale and finds a ridge made of several barnacles to grip onto. The whale sings and drives its huge tail downwards. The whale takes off with speed through the water. Jameson holds on, exhilarated. The whale slowly makes its way to shallower waters towards light. As they break the surface, Jameson grips onto the whale with one hand and fist pumps the air with the other, and the whale exhales a spout of condensed air and mucus. The whale sings again, but it is not a happy song. It is panicked, afraid.
What is wrong?
Jameson asks, but then he hears the roaring sound behind him. He turns his head to see a large whaling ship cutting through the water, chasing them. He spots a man stationed on a large harpoon cannon, aiming right for them. Jameson quickly turns back to the whale.
Dive! Dive! We have to dive!
He yells, but there is a loud bang and a whoosh from behind him. The harpoon impales Jameson through his shoulder and into the whale, pinning him to the creature. They both cry out in agony and begin to flail and thrash in the water. Then more agony as the winch tugs on the harpoon and begins to pull them in. They crash against the side of the boat. Jameson spits blood from his mouth and desperately tries to punch the hull with his fist. He looks up to see a man aiming a rifle at them. Jameson outstretches his hand in a futile attempt to create a shield. He shakes his head. The man fires, hitting the whale. Again, it cries out and thrashes below Jameson. Then another shot hitting the whale. The water around them is red with blood. As the whale screams, another shot hits Jameson. The bullet tears through his chest and out into the whale. As he and the whale slowly die in agony, he is still aware of being pulled onto the ship. They both lie on the deck, fading into unconsciousness and death, but not soon enough, apparently. The man with the rifle aims at the whale's head. Is its final word. The man pulls the trigger. He approaches Jameson, who tries to talk, to shout for help, to scream at the man to stop.
Don't do this! Please! No! Stop! Why? Why?
But the man does not seem to hear. He does not understand, nor care. He just lifts the gun and aims it at Jameson's head, and pulls the trigger. Jameson awakens from his dream with a jolt and a gasp. It takes him a while to realise where he is, stretched out on his camp bed, back at Ace HQ.
Nightmare follows nightmare.
Welcome back.
Comes a soft, feminine voice. It is soothing. In a confused moment or wishful thinking, Jameson thinks it is his wife. He smiles and turns his head to find Penny sitting in a chair by his side.
Penny?
You jerked awake. You were dreaming?
Jameson recalls his dream and shudders.
Another nightmare. Yes.
Oh?
Jameson slowly sits up and rests his back against the wall.
Something about a whale. Or I was a whale?
Penny looks shocked.
A whale?
Yeah. We were being hunted. It was horrible.
Penny stares at Jameson. He is troubled, as the recent memories of Africa force themselves back into his mind.
Is he back?
Jameson asks, glumly. Penny is distracted in thought.
Penny?
She shakes herself to attention.
Sorry, go on.
Ace, did he return to HQ?
Yes, he's home. Safe and sound.
Penny stretches a bittersweet smile across her face.
He
She says, cocking her head to one side.
said Zimbabwe was successful?
If you can call it that. Yeah, a roaring success.
Penny bursts out laughing, but covers her mouth when she realises he is not exactly trying to be humorous. Jameson cannot help but smile. In all the madness, her smile has been a welcome occurrence. For a moment, they catch each other's eyes, until it feels awkward. Jameson turns his gaze away.
And the other mission was successful too?
Memories flash through Jameson's mind. The abattoir, the foul meat, the office, Ankara, Tafari, Ace, the meat grinder, witnessing the White Devil in action, first hand, Ankara's scream and his smashed body twitching and flailing, disappearing into the machinery.
Jesus.
You're awake?
Comes a distant voice. Jameson turns to see Tafari approaching.
Yes, and thank you for getting me back safely. Penny tells me Ace has returned safely too.
Tafari looks to Penny, who smiles and nods.
Yes, home safe. I was actually looking for him.
Tafari says, turning back to Jameson.
Oh?
Yes, I wanted to thank him for fulfilling his promise to me, for bringing justice to my mother's killer, once and for all. I wanted to let him know how much it means to me.
Tafari looks intensely at Jameson, who becomes a little uncomfortable by Tafari's peculiar stare.
Yes, well, should I see him? I'll be sure to send him in your direction.
Jameson smiles. Tafari's expression turns to one of frustration. He huffs and turns to Penny. Jameson turns to Penny and catches her shooting some kind of warning glance to Tafari. He turns back to Tafari, who huffs again and turns and leaves for the exit.
What was all that about?
Jameson asks, turning back to Penny.
He's just emotional. Africa, his mother, the murder.
Penny offers. More memories flash through Jameson's mind. Picking up the gun, shooting Ankara,
A mercy killing.
turning the gun on Ace.
How close I came to killing the devil. A mercy killing. Where is Ace? I have to see him.
He groans, getting up.
Maybe now isn't the best time.
Penny suggests, concerned, rising out of her seat.
You've just been through a traumatic experience.
I'm okay.
Maybe a glass of water?
I'll swing by the canteen.
Jameson smiles and turns and begins to walk towards the exit. Penny watches him as he walks away. She seems desperate to say something. She opens her mouth to speak.
Jameson?
Jameson freezes. He slowly turns around to face her. They stare at each other, knowing, but non-confrontational. He clears his throat.
It's Archer?
They stare at each other for a moment more.
Archer, of course. I just wanted to say
Yes?
thanks for not shooting my father.
They stare at each other again, aware of a mutual fondness. Jameson nods and gently smiles. He turns and makes for the exit.